Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Europower Motorsports BMW E92 M3 in, and we're going to be installing their Billet inline fuel filter. These guys are local to us. They make a bunch of great parts for the E-chassis cars, Billet power steering reservoirs, aluminum skid plates, carbon fiber intake manifold. So they make a bunch of great products. They're local and we're gonna start working with them. So we're excited to do a DIY video for them today on how to install their Billet inline fuel filter. So let's jump to the kit and see what's included.
All right, so let's take a look at what's included with your kit. This is a pretty simple kit, not a lot of moving pieces here. You just have the fuel filter, an assortment of AN quick disconnects in this 180 degree, and then you have 2 heat shields. So pretty simple, and this whole install will only take you about an hour max. It's not very difficult at all, so let's get started. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is actually pull the fuel pump fuse. So the fuse box is located behind the glove compartment. So you're gonna look up on your sheet here. We want fuse number 70. It's a little 10 amp fuse, but what this is gonna do is it's going to make the fuel pump in the tank not run. Then we're gonna start the engine, and we're going to let the engine die by itself so that there's no fuel in the line and it doesn't go squirting everywhere when we take off the quick connect in the engine bay. So that is step number 1. Easy as that. Now let's jump to the engine bay. All right, so we have the hood off for some great lighting, and we're also installing the Cybon carbon fiber hood. So we'll do that at the end of the video. But yeah, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take off this side of the airbox, and we're gonna want access to a quick connect fitting for the fuel located right about here. Obviously there's not a lot of room in here, so let's just take the top of this off first to get some better hand clearance. All right, so the airbox is pretty simple. You'll just have a flathead that does this band, and then there's a bunch of T25s around, so let's go ahead and take those off. All right, so now that you have access, this is the hard line that you're looking for. That's your fuel pressure sensor right there, and the hard line that goes back to the tank. And this is the flexible line that's going to go to the fuel injectors. So we're gonna undo that quick disconnect first, and we're gonna put on one of the quick disconnects provided in the new kit. So now that it's out, I can show you how it works much easier. So you're gonna have this little C-clip, and you're going to pop that out, and that is going to be around the black end of the quick disconnect. Once you pop that clip out, you push the black part in and then pull straight out, and it will pop off. Since we already deprimed the fuel pump and the fuel lines, you can see that we barely lose any fuel in here, so it's nice to keep it clean. So then you're going to take this quick connect fitting, you're going to put this over the metal end, and then you're going to put this C-clip over the fuel line, and then you're going to thread it into this side of the fitting. All right, I found it a pain in the butt to get AN wrenches back there, so you can always pop the fuel line out of the connector. That'll give it a little bit of wiggle room. You don't have to use AN wrenches, but it just helps not mar up the fittings. So now it's time to install the next fitting. All right, so I think visually this will help. You have the hard line on the fuel filter as well as the ORB to AN. The 180 is threaded onto this one. You don't really want to tighten the 180 ends until you kind of get it in the position you want, just because, yes, this is floating, but they're kind of hard to pull on. So you're going to get these tight, and then it's going to go like this, right? That hard line to the AN that we just put on, the quick connect to AN is going to go into here through the fuel filter, and that's why we rerouted the flexible OEM line, because it's going to just go and quick connect on this side. All right, so let's take a look. So, yep, you get your hard line, you make a 180 out, we're into the fuel filter, and then we have the flexible OEM line. It routes back up here to where the fuel line is. Like I said, normally it clips into the valve cover and goes to the back. We're gonna route it around the vacuum pump here, kind of just keep it clean with these lines, and then it's gonna be pushed into here. This is kind of the orientation I'm talking about with the 180, right? This can move up and down right now, and we're just gonna get everything kind of seated in there before we actually start tightening things down. So let's tighten them down. Okay, so now that we kind of found the orientation that we like, it's time to tighten everything up. I'm actually going to take this side off first, and I'm going to tighten the 180 on the OEM hardline side first, just to keep this orientation. There's not a lot of room in here. I don't really want to remove the strut tower braces. It's not needed. It would make life easier, but the hour that's going to take is not going to save me the 2 seconds of just taking this off. So let's pop this off, tighten that 180, and then we'll tighten this side. All right, so your fuel filter is in there. Everything's nice and tight. Last thing to do is the flexible line with still the OEM quick disconnect and your heat shield. So since we're kind of moving this line over above where the exhaust is, it's nice to put this little heat shield on the fuel line. We don't like warm fuel, so we can just slip this on and then we'll make the quick connect. All right, guess it would be a smart idea. We're gonna put the fuse back in and we're going to check for leaks before I get all this assembled. Just be smart with it. All right, so we got the engine bay all buttoned up now. We got our hood struts. Apparently finding those is like finding gold right now. Everyone told me like a week wait, which was crazy. But we ended up finding a set, so let's unbox this Seibon hood and throw it on. All right, I'm gonna call it a video there. Like you guys saw, this is super easy install, something you can do at home. Takes no time at all, no specialty tools or anything like that. We're gonna be listing all their products on our website, so stay tuned for that as well. And I'm now gonna shut up because I have a very exciting video to start filming, so maybe I guess I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. Let's see what we've been up to here. So, pallets have been arriving, and we have doors, and more doors. We're importing a bunch of fiberglass doors for any E-chassis car, E46, E82, E92, a bunch of options. These are Mike's carbon fiber doors that he got from a different company. We just weren't very stoked about them, so we decided to go a different route and ended up importing a bunch of sets of doors. These babies only weigh 12 pounds a piece. We're talking 120, 130 pound weight savings. And yeah, I've just kind of set it up there for now, but I have been waiting to do this for like a week. I've just been too busy, and today it's time. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and you guys will be seeing this on the channel very shortly. Until next time, take care, peace.